What is up, YouTube? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2018 Baek Battles. Today we have a brand new team and something that probably a lot of people have seen on the ladder if you have played recently on Showdown, on Battle Spot. This kind of core combination has been pretty common. You got Whimsicott, Gengar, Incineroar, Tapu Bulu, Terrakion, and Kommo-o. And yeah, it should be pretty fun. A lot of people have been seeing the Gengar and Incineroar Tapu Bulu combination. Kommo-o's usually paired with it. And then we don't really see Whimsicott and Terrakion that much. They used to be common in the beginning, yet now it's kind of fallen off. But this was something I really wanted to do. I want to show off the Kommo variant, and I wanted to test this team. And I really do think that I think Terrakion is still one of my favorite Pokemon. If people don't know, 2015 was probably my favorite Worlds team of all time. I ended up using Mega Gengar, Whimsicott, and Terrakion to end up going 4-0 in day 1 of Worlds and finishing off not as much as I would like to, 3-4 in day 2, but this team does have some very special memories in my heart, or at least that combination. But we're going to try it out for today's episode of VGC 2018 Baek Battles and see. We got 2 different modes here. Technically 3. We got the Terrakion setup, we got the Kommo potential setup, and we got just a Gengar stuff setup. So should be pretty interesting. I am really excited to see how this team is going to work, because it should be pretty fun. A lot of people have asked me to use Terrakion in the past, like Terracotta, and a lot of people have also asked me to use the Mega Gengar stuff, so we are bringing it to the table. As we got first opponent, Piku, with the team of Meowstic, Aegislash. Okay, what am I going to see here? Tapu Fini, Salamence, Araquanid, and Persian. This is a really weird team. Okay. So Meowstic male does get the Prankster ability, which is a little bit annoying. Does get Quick Guard, so I do have to be worried with my Whimsicott a bit. I do like Terrakion's matchup a lot, because Terrakion can probably just OHKO a lot of things, such as the Fini with the Z move, Aegislash with the Stop Me Tantrum. I could Rock Slide the Salamence or Araquanid, close combat the Persian, and Meowstic isn't really too much of a threat. Kommo's job doesn't seem that great here, although it can do a decent amount of work to my opponent's team. Gotta figure out how I want to go. I think I want to go Whimsicott Gengar right up front. Yeah, I like that. I like Whimsicott and Gengar here. I could also bring Bulu, because Bulu could be really nice. My opponent... Oh, it could be Trick Room. Right, could be Trick Room. I think I'm going to go Terrakion and Incineroar. I know Bulu sounds pretty tempting, but I do want to try out the Incineroar here, because of the fact if it is Trick Room, I do have to be worried about it, because I don't have Fake Tears on this Meowstic since I am running Protect. I do love running Fake Tears on Whimsicott Gengar, but the problem is on this team I need Beat Up, I need Tailwind, I need Encore, and right now I feel like I need Protect on the team. Maybe I'll change it later, but I feel like Protect can be staple right here, so let's see how this is going to go, as if it's Trick Room, yeah, I should expect it. So Meowstic Persian will lead here. I doubt it's Thunder Wave Meowstic. That used to be common back in 2014, but I doubt it's Thunder Wave here, as Gengar Whimsicott will lead here. And what do I want to do here? I think I just want to throw off a Shadow Ball on the Meowstic, and... well, I do want to keep my Sash on Whimsicott alive currently. So I'm thinking of just going to go for the Shadow Ball and a Protect right here, but I don't know if I want to waste my Protect straight out. I could go hard Incineroar, but I don't see the need to right away. So I think I'm just going to Protect and Shadow Ball. Meowstic male doesn't usually carry Protect, but I guess we'll find out if it is on this variant. I could see Persian also going for a Parting Shot here instead of the Fake Out into the Gengar. So there are a bunch of options. I do want to try to get rid of Meowstic if I can. A Thunder Wave would be annoying, but it's not like the worst case, and I don't feel like you would have it. Maybe Self Swagger. Maybe it's Fini with Self Swagger Rockwanid with Trick Room. That could be interesting. Fake Out going to go out in the Whimsicott, which is perfect. We're going to see what the Meowstic does, as it does look like it's either going to go on the attack here, or it's going for that Trick Room as Shadow Ball comes out. And actually does knock out the Meowstic. Mega Gengar proving how strong it is. Very high special attack stat. Excellent turn 1 here, as basically now My opponent's trapped in with the Persian. Of course, he can parting shot. However, that means I can get a move off before the Persian actually is able to move here. You can't really bring out Feeny because you got to be worried about fake tears plus Sludge Bomb into it. You have to bring out your last Pokemon if it isn't the Feeny. And I'm assuming you bring Feeny because your matchup is pretty bad against the Kommo-o, as Salamence is going to reveal itself. And I got a few options. I could go for Tailwind Sludge Bomb right here, which doesn't seem like a bad play. And I am kind of leaning towards that option, because I don't really mind the Gengar goes down if I can get a free switch into my Terrakion. I can't Encore the Persian, which is unfortunate because Dark types are immune to Prankster. So I guess I'll go for Tailwind here and a Sludge Bomb into the Salamence slot just for some damage. Not really too worried about Persian, as Salamence is going to Mega Evolve here, so we'll see what it does. Hyper Voice won't knock out Gengar. It would have to be a double up, a Hyper Voice Foul Play, to knock out one of my Pokemon. You can't knock out both here. At least I don't think you can. Maybe Icy Wind? No, I don't think Icy Wind would be able to. Sludge Bomb, going to come out into Salamence. If I had Fake Tears, I would have gone for it because it would have been able to knock out the Salamence most likely. Orange Shot going to come out into the Gengar slot. Kind of weird. Gengar wasn't affected by that. Like, you know how the Pokemon moves back when it gets hit by Parting Shot? Gengar didn't do it. Huh. Alright, what's going to be that last Pokemon? Feeny, I'm guessing. Your Kommo matchup's pretty horrid without it. Yep, Feeny's going to reveal itself. And what's the Salamence going to go for is my question. I could Encore disable it if it doesn't knock my Gengar out here. It's just going to be a return here into the Whimsicott, actually. So, I do not mind that. Yeah, I don't mind that. I could Encore disable the Salamence, which is a potential option. I don't want to lose my Whimsicott, however. I think I'll just Protect here and go for a Sludge Bomb and weaken the Feeny. Like, everything's basically in range of my Terrakion, even if I don't have to set up. My Terrakion's looking fantastic here in this matchup, as look at my opponent's answers. There aren't really any, and Sludge Bomb should actually help me with that Parting Shot because of the fact I probably won't proc the Tapu Fini's Berry if it does carry a Berry. So Salamence is going to Protect here, which is excellent. But that means you wouldn't have been able to knock out my Gengar anyway. And I can Encore that Salamence the next turn since I did keep my Whimsicott around. And Tapu Fini, yep, 2-shot. Nature's Madness, going to go out into the Whimsicott. So I get that play. You're able to catch a switch in or you knock out the Whimsicott. But yeah, since I've been able to Protect here, which proves why Protect can be so good, I'm going to Encore the Salamence and just Sludge Bomb here. I think if my opponent wants a shot, you have to go for a double with Salamence and hope you get it. Otherwise, I can, because then you could get your Persian in and then you can fake out. Nature's Madness is interesting on Feeny too, as we do Encore to Salamence, so it will be locked into Protect. And let's see what my opponent is gonna get at. Sludge Bomb will knock out the Feeny, unless it's some kind of weird roll. Yeah, I do knock out the Feeny. Excellent. So I'm able to knock out the Feeny, and now the Persian is locked in, and Salamence gets the double right here, so it can't protect the following turn, which is actually pretty good. I can fire off a Sludge Bomb into that Salamence slot, as we're going to see the Persian come out. And now Terrakion is basically free to come in and wreak some havoc. Even though it's not set up, I mean, we'll still take it as we get Terrakion in. And I'll go for a Sludge Bomb onto the Gengar slot, the Salamence slot, to put it in range of my Z move, so I can Z move to Protect, and then Persian cannot beat my Terrakion, cannot beat my Incineroar. So yeah, this looks pretty successful for a game one. Basically, yeah, it just shows how tricky Gengar Whimsicott, and even if we break through the lead combination, I still got setup Pokemon in the back, and as long as I put myself into a position where I'm able to get that situation, it's really good for me. As Sludge Bomb, we'll target down the Salamence, not knock it out, doesn't get the crit. Foul Play gonna come out, actually, target down the Gengar, which won't do much at all. Actually, that did a lot more than I expected. I'm intimidated, huh? Actually, I'm double intimidated. I'm surprised Foul Play did that much. I wonder if it's black glasses. Alright. Just Z move through this Salamence, and you know what? Hit the Persian up with a Disable. So it can't actually attack my Pokemon at all. Salamence is going to Protect here because it is still locked into Protect, as we will disable the Persian, so Foul Play won't be coming out from this Persian. Maybe an Icy Wind if it does have it, but at this point I don't see it. Parting Shot gonna come out into the Gengar slot once again. And you see Gengar's not flinching from this Parting Shot. It doesn't care about your curses. Gengar already is already a Ghost type. Alright. Terrakion going to be able to fire off its Z move. It will be able to knock out the Salamence right here through that Protect, and then the Persian is basically done for, as Sludge Bomb in the close combat should be able to knock out the Persian. And Persian doesn't offer any offensive pressure back anyway. So we do knock out the Salamence here, really good. And yeah, so really interesting team. I wonder what the tricks were specifically with this team. I wonder if it was Trick Room Swagger on the Meowstic, because Trick Room Swagger could have been interesting if you're on a Rock Runner. You lead Feeny Meowstic, you Trick Room up, get a Rock Runner in, self Swagger yourself. Definitely interesting. Although, what's your Coco matchup? This team looks really weak to Coco. Wonder if it's Light Screen on the Meowstic. As I will go for Sludge Bomb plus Close Combat here. There's nothing my opponent can do. As, let's see how much Sludge Bomb does even at -2. It still does a decent amount actually. Parting Shot gonna come out into Terrakion. But -1 Close Combat should still be able to finish off the game, I would assume. Yeah, Terrakion putting in some work. As we are going to be able to pick up the first win. So, yeah, Gengar Whimsicott putting in some work. Terrakion, even though it's not set up yet, was still able to pull in work. But the Gengar Whimsicott was just so big. My opponent not having a way to prevent Meowstic from being knocked out, apparently. Maybe maybe you could have switched out your Meowstic turn 1 into Feeny and then Parting Shot my Gengar turn 1. That could have been a thing. Although that doesn't really work if Gengar just protects for some reason. But in my opinion, Gengar should never protect there, because of the fact that if Meowstic does have that Trick Room, could be an option. And you don't really run a Rock Runner without Trick Room. It just doesn't really make too much sense, because a Rock Runner's not really a Trick Room counter. Well, it used to be back in VGC 2017 when it was on like a hard rain team. As we find our second opponent from Japan, 1746 rating, with the team of, Gengar. It looks like we got interesting mirror. I actually really like the look on my opponent's team. Gengar, Incineroar, Rotom Wash, the Tapu Bulu, Tyranitar, and Kommo-o. So, I don't have a Fairy type move, but my opponent doesn't have a Fairy type move either. But I don't have Close Combat on my Kommo-o. I think this is gonna be weird. I think I gotta go Terrakion in this over Kommo-o. This is such a weird position, but actually I can deny my opponent. Well, we both can deny the Clang Scales. We got our fairies. I wonder if you even bring Kommo-o here. I think I'm gonna go. I wonder what you would lead here. I think you would lead Gengar plus Incineroar potentially. I want to go Whimsicott, Gengar. Incineroar's not that great here. I think I want to go Terrakion and Kommo-o. Yeah, let's try it. I don't think you bring Rotom Wash against me, so I don't feel like it's worth justifying Bulu too much. Because the only thing Bulu would do is be able to knock out Tyranitar, and I got 2 fighting types when there's a Tyranitar. I'm really doubting it's like a Scarf Tyranitar, because it tends to be Scarf Bulu on this team. So let's see what my opponent is gonna go for. I do have to worry about Scarf Bulu, though. That is a threat. Gengar Tapu Bulu gonna lead. Interesting play. I kind of just want to go for Tailwind, Sludge Bomb, and the Bulu, because you could double up my Whimsicott. You could also Shadow Ball my Gengar, but I think I'd be fine with that because I get my free switch into Terrakion anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna Tailwind right here and Sludge Bomb, because I think getting that free opportunity to set up is really nice here. So I could see maybe Tapu Bulu going out into Switch. Okay, that's fine. So that means my Whimsicott won't get knocked out. If anything, Incineroar is going to come out, which is alright for me. Definitely alright for me, as I will be able to weaken that Incineroar for Rock Slide later, as well as if I do lose my Gengar here, no big deal. I always get the free switch into Terrakion and can start getting beat ups. And +3 is going to be able to do a lot of damage. And I could easily get the +6, I think, against the Gengar plus the Incineroar. So let's see what's going to come out here. As Gengar is going to Mega Evolve, let us see. Tailwind will go up, no protect from the Gengar, but you could protect actually, because you could always switch out your Gengar. So I do win this potential speed tie. If it is a speed tie, Sludge Bomb goes in Incineroar. That's a lot. Icy Wind. Okay. Huh. What an interesting position we got here. What an interesting position we got here. So, this is awkward, because I do outspeed his Gengar still with the Tailwind up. My opponent should know that. I could Shadow Ball right here. But do you give me the Gengar is the question, because right now what I could do is just beat up and go into Terrakion. Although I don't know if you're going to fake out Sludge Bomb. Although I really see that unlikely. I could see you protect Flare Blitz maybe. But I just don't see you going for fake out plus an attack with Gengar this turn, because of the fact you're risking your own Gengar this turn. So I could also have maybe gone for an Encore in the Gengar and a Sludge Bomb Incineroar. That also works, but I want to see if I can set up right away, because if I can set up one of my Pokemon and start sweeping, my opponent's going to have very limited options. So I'm going to go Terrakion here, and let's just get the beat-ups on if we can. Fake out going to come out. Wow, you did allow me to get your Gengar potentially. Shadow Ball's going to come out, which is alright here. Gonna take that decently well. Special defense drop. That's not ideal here. That is not ideal. Stomping Tantrum should... I don't think Stomping Tantrum knocks out. I'm surprised he would allow me to get your Gengar. Think I gotta maybe just protect Whimsicott here and go for a Rock Slide. Actually, I'm gonna beat myself up and go for a Rock Slide. Oh, I hope I got it. I'm pretty sure I do since it's the first move. But still. Incineroar's gonna retreat. Okay, so I'm not losing Whimsicott here. Bulu's gonna come out, which is alright here. Because I can get my Gengar in potentially later. And if I do get a flinch on the Gengar, that's absolutely huge here. I don't think Stomping would have done it, yeah. As I will beat up here. Because if I do get the flinch, I win. And if I lose Terrakion, I get a free switch into Gengar. But this situation got a little bit tricky. I'm really surprised you would have gave me your Gengar. Alright. At the worst case, I do... Oh, wait, +4 because I switched. Okay. Shadow Ball's gonna come out. Okay. I should knock out my Terrakion. Yep. I'm guessing Kommo-o's in the back. I just lost my best answer to probably beat the Kommo-o. Yeah, I don't feel like it's too bad here. I can go out into my own Gengar. And Shadow Ball my opponent's Gengar. And I think... the Bulu can't switch out. I could just protect Whimsicott because I don't want to lose Whimsicott for sure. And Shadow Ball the Gengar because I don't want... Because if Gengar protects, next turn I can Encore the Gengar slot and just Sludge Bomb the Bulu. Don't feel like it's too big of a deal here. The problem is that back Pokemon. I still don't know what that back Pokemon is. I don't know if Gengar gets to it knocked out by Woodhammer, but I wouldn't be surprised. My opponent's just giving me the Gengar. Okay. Wonder if it might not have Protect. Although I think it should. I do knock out the Gengar. Critical hit does not matter. With a Woodhammer going out into the Whimsicott. So trying to get rid of Whimsicott, which makes sense because Whimsicott plus Kommo can prevent your Kommo from setting up. So let's see what my opponent's going to go for after. If it's a Kommo coming out, I'm probably going to go my own Kommo since it doesn't seem too bad here. Yeah, Kommo's going to come out. Okay. Because I do want to deny my opponent the boost. So I'm going to go for Tailwind here. And I'm going to go for my own Kommo-o. Although you might just Flamethrower here. Although that wouldn't be too bad, I think. I'm going to get Kommo in here. Let's see what's going to come out from my opponent. Could be the Z move now, trying to get the Z move, but we'll see here. As we get Kommo in, Tailwind will go up. I wish I had Fake Tears now because the Kommo on my opponent's side is going to be difficult to handle. Wood Hammer going to come out, does target the Whimsicott, so I don't think you're going to go for Flamethrower into that slot. Nice. I do live with 9 HP thanks to the grassy terrain. Gets the substitute up. Okay. This is going to be weird. It's going to come down to what moves we have, I think. Wait, I can Encore the, Kommo-o. Oh, wait. Encore's a sound move, soundproof, right? Dang. Thought that would work. Actually, does Fake Tears work? Does Fake Tears work? Because I don't remember Fake Tears' sound move. I'm pretty sure it is, but... Oh, man. Let's get Gengar out here, and let's Flamethrower the Tapu Bulu. There's no way you're going to Z-move right here. So I should be safe with my Gengar. What was my opponent's last Pokemon? Did we ever reveal it? Incineroar at decently low. I think it's getting knocked out by my Z-move. So I wonder if Bulu's going to retreat here. We'll see. Bulu is actually going to retreat here, so this works out for me. Because I'm going to be able to set up. I think. Actually, no, it's still tricky because you're going to go for Flamethrower into Whimsicott. I do get the chip I need. I think I have to call a 50-50. I have to call a 50-50 here. I just don't know if he would Z-move here. Man, what I really want to do is go for Disable into Kommo, but the problem is if I let Kommo set up, if you do decide to click Z-move, because I could retreat back in my Whimsicott here. But if Kommo... Are we gonna disable? Because I don't feel like you should set up yet. I'm gonna Z-move and disable. I'm gonna hope you try to expect my Whimsicott on the switch onto the Gengar slot. So let's see here. Fake Out should go out in Kommo, and it comes down to what do you do with the Kommo? Do you Z-move here, or do you go for Flamethrower expecting my Whimsicott here? Because this is a big turn. Nice. Okay, perfect. I can go Whimsicott here, and my opponent cannot touch my Whimsicott, and I can Z-move now. Whew. That's big. That's big. That's absolutely big. Okay, so I do call it right. You don't set up. You don't waste your Z-move, because you kind of need the Z-move at this point to win the game. Okay. This is absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. Because my opponent will never be able to set up. Or will be able to set up, but by the time you set up, it's going to be a bit too late. Match is going to be forfeited. What? Okay. Well, I guess it would have been pretty drawn out, and I would have had a huge advantage. But if your Kommo gets lucky with, like, maybe a crit Flamethrower in the end game, if you're able to set up eventually, because you're going to be able to knock my Whimsicott eventually. And then you can set up. The problem is I'm going to be set up a bit earlier, and I'm going to be able to knock out your Tapu Bulu earlier. But the problem is, yeah, if you get the Flamethrower burn potentially and I don't, you could potentially just win off. But it looks like my opponent decides not to. So, I think that's... not sure. Do I want to play another one? Actually, no, I think I'll end it off here. Pretty good start to the Gengar Whimsicott Kommo team. Terrakion putting in some work in the first game, but Gengar Whimsicott as well as Kommo putting in some work for today's episode. If you did like it, please leave a like down below, show some support, as well as you can check out the rest of my stuff down below, such as my social medias, the not the QR code, the pay spin of this team if you do want to go try it out, the Showdown Import, whatever you want to call it. The side tiers on the channel, the previous episodes of VGC 2018 Baek Battles if you have missed them. Otherwise, I think that's pretty much it. Feel free to leave a comment as I do read them. And that's pretty much it. Have a great day, people. And until we battle again, I'll catch y'all later.